Today we are talking about color, how to use color to your advantage when you paint. And we're going to go over some of the basics, how to use those basics to create the mood and the feel and the outcome that you're looking for in your paintings.
Color holds a lot of power in a painting. When it comes to realistic painting, believable colors is a must. Color controls the mood of a piece, what time of day it is, how close or far away something is. Let's review some art terms that we need to know. Hue, this is another word for color. Saturation, this is how pure a color is. A painting with low saturation will be somewhat dull, like the painting here on the left, and a painting with high saturation will have vivid and intense colors like the one on the right. Why does this matter? Well, as shown in this one's my painting, there's a difference in the mood and even the weather when changing the saturation of the colors that we choose. Value is how light to dark a hue is on a scale of white to black. It's arguably the most important factor in a painting. Value creates the illusion of form, light, and space. As you can see on the red scale here, red value scale, it shows the original red hue in the middle, and the hues to the left of the red are called tints. It's created by adding different amounts of white to the original color to create the new color. And then the hues to the right are shades, created by adding different amounts of black to the original color to create a new color. So why does value affect a painting? Well, you can see in the first painting here, it has a very large range of values. You can see the light whites up in the sky, several shades of gray in between, all the way to the black shadows in the trees. Your eye darts around to the spaces where the light hue meets the dark hue, and that makes for an interesting composition. And as you can see in the second painting here, it has a small range of values. The values stay mid-range, where the lights aren't very light and the darks aren't very dark. There is an overall harmony to this painting. It is easy on the eye, but the eye doesn't really know where to focus. There's not much change in value to differentiate the foreground from the background. And you can kind of see how if you were to add maybe some vibrant whites on the animals maybe, or some dark shadows in the trees, how it may make the painting a little more interesting. We have completed the terms. Now let's do a quick overview of the color wheel. Let's start with primary colors, red, yellow, and blue. And no other colors can be mixed to create a primary color. These three primary colors mixed together will create brown. So in case you run out of your tube of brown, those three will work. In the middle, secondary colors, those are created by mixing two primary colors together. Red and yellow make orange. And lastly, tertiary colors. Those are created by mixing a primary with a secondary or two secondary colors together. All colors can be categorized as either warm colors or cool colors. On the color chart on the right hand side, those are our warm colors. Those are red, orange, yellow, and every hue in between. And on the left hand side, those are the cool colors. Cold colors, they're green, blues, violets, and every hue in between. Here's an example of a cool landscape. The cool blues and greens provide a crisp, cool atmosphere and temperature for the landscape. And this example here is a warm landscape. By using red and yellow hues, it just feels like a cozy, warm day. Of course, it can't be that simple. Warm colors can have cool shades, and also cool colors can have warm shades too. And here's an example of that, of the cool colors. Here it's green. Green is a cool color, and it is mixed with a warm color, making a yellow-green. and warming up the landscape with that color. It makes the hills feel warm. A blue-green instead of a yellow-green would have had the opposite effect, and it would have cooled off the entire landscape. In a painting will either have contrast or harmony. We're going to start with contrasting or complementary colors. Violet and yellow, green and red, and blue and orange. Mixed together, those complementary colors will make brown. This is a great example of using colors to your advantage. Your eye automatically darts to that red-pink boat because of the contrast to the green. It's not too harsh, but it enforces the focal point of that boat. And a blue boat still would have been a focal point in this painting, but it wouldn't have been as strong of a statement. In this second landscape, the colors are fighting each other for attention, especially because the horizon line is directly in the center. The two contrasting colors are bright and striking, and this creates tension for our eyes. Colors that don't have contrast have harmony. Harmonious colors are also known as analogous colors. An analogous color scheme will consist of 3 to 5 colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. This first painting is an obvious analogous color scheme with yellows, greens, and blues. And this one has the same color scheme. It's just more subtle. And both paintings are really easy to look at. Our eyes rest easy observing the analogous colors. This chart shows colors of the sky during different times of day. It demonstrates how color can be used to showcase the time of day in your paintings by using nothing but color itself. Color is a powerful tool. The best way to learn it and conquer it is just by mixing paints and playing around with different combinations.